debate on it? Because
I never read a pilot better than that. This was the first year that I've been acting where I turned down. I never, we're acting, we're like, let us work, but this is the first year I turned down jobs just because I hadn't auditioned for this yet. I got sent sort of all the pilots that were out there. It's for people like me who just kind of started doing their thing. Pilot season is a huge time for us out there. And my agent sent me kind of everything that was being made. And I read this, and I'd never read anything that paid that kind of attention to the atmosphere or detail of character. I mean, it was a film script. It was beautiful. And that was before I didn't put two and two together. That was Frank Darabont, then AMC, the whole thing, like Frank. But reading it, I was like, I remember writing back to my agent saying, I would do anything to be an extra in this thing. This is the best piece of writing I've ever read. Yeah, desperately wanted to be in this. Yeah. So, and I think everyone knows how lucky they are to be in it, and that's sort of why I think everyone works at that kind of level. It's the best crew in the world, and it's the exact same for cast and crew.
This question is for everybody. Do you have any casting director stories when you were trying to get the job for Walking Dead?
I think the most brutal one is yours, John, right? Yours is the most brutal. You're the most interesting person out there. Mine was really cool. This story makes a lot of other actors angry, but I just moved from Chicago in 2009, and I was in LA for about 5 months before I booked this. So I had a very charmed first pilot season.
yeah,
And I did. It was nice. Well, what was really cool about it was I actually tested for this ABC pilot right before it. And it came down to me and this other guy, and I was so stoked. Like, they had signed the contracts and everything, literally made me believe that I was getting this role, because the other guy was he looked completely different from me. And so they're like, dude, you knocked it out of the park, this audition is great. I never fist pumped out of an audition before, I fist pumped I thought I was going to get it, and then I didn't. I got a call that day from my manager saying, yo, we'll get the next one. He didn't say yo, but he's a little older. So he actually said, hey buddy, we'll get the next one. Okay. I was really bummed. And then this came along about 2 months later. So I literally had put pilot season out of my head. I said, I gotta wait and try to scrap up work until next pilot season. And this kind of came out of nowhere late, because I think he was being built late, right? Yeah. He just kind of got built on the fly really quickly as soon as it got picked up. And so they put out the casting, and I went and read for it, and I booked it within a week. Like, I went from going to a casting director to her calling me 30 minutes after the audition, and going back the next day, and then going to Frank's office by the end of the week. And it was like the craziest thing ever. And when I got the call that I booked it, it was amazing, because this is The Walking Dead, and that was something that didn't even get picked up. And so if I would have gotten that, I wouldn't have gotten the show. And it's a very amazing thing, so I can't chalk that up to anything but some sort of divine intervention for me personally, so it's pretty amazing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi there, I wanted to ask, what's like the awkwardest moment that's happened on set, or like funniest moment that's happened to you guys?
Oh, how about when,
oh, yeah, Sperling. Oh, yeah, that was awesome. You probably need context. I don't know, it was funny. It was like, set, when you call roll, when you say, rolling, it's quiet time. It's serious time. It's game time. So you better be clear of the camera. You better be out of the way. You better be ready to go. And one of our special effects guys, who's awesome, by the way, the special effects that on the show, which are incredible. He was there the whole season last year. He had this huge backpack on, like oversized backpack, like he was camping, but just with equipment, like electronics. And he booked it while we were in the quarry, maybe like 30 feet, because he tried to clear the frame. And as he was going, he went, bam! Like, hit the gravel so hard, and in front of everyone. Yeah. And we got it on tape because we were rolling. And like, he had like the nastiest cuts, and like, he was like cut up and bleeding, and we were all dying laughing. It was our most ridiculous thing, so I mean, that could be both awkward and funny.